Yes, good. A very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone present here tonight, or this morning, or this afternoon, wherever you're from. So we welcome you to Singapore webinar, and we look forward to you coming to visit us more often. We are on every Thursday, and it's regular. It's every Thursday, and we have started this since November 2020.
September.
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 Yes. Yeah. So I would like to just share a little bit about how ONPASSIVE Singapore got started. It's actually started by this lady called Chui Hia. She is our first lady here, and through her, Mabel and Toy joined in November 2020, but didn't know who their leader was. So Mabel started searching, and then 2 days later, they found Dr. Bill, who is the sponsor of Miss Chui Hia.
Yeah.
And that was how Miss Mabel got hooked up or linked up with Dr. Bill. And Dr. Bill now is our resident advisor, and he has always been with us since day one when Mabel started this Thursday webinar. So through Mabel, there are many other leaders who are with us before, but of course now they have done their own, they are now doing some of their own things. But that is fine because our Thursday is still going on every Thursday, regularly, without fail. And thank God that, God has brought Mr. Mufara to set up ONPASSIVE for every one of us. And we are all looking forward to the day, when the apples come. But of course, now I'm still talking about Singapore and how it got started. So Dr. Bill has been with us, and he's our resident advisor, and he has always been with us, but I know lately he has been busy. So there are occasions that he couldn't make it to join us. I'm not sure if he will pop in later on, but usually he will come in. So today we have a special speaker, which is Mr. Charles Osong from USA. And we are so glad and we are so honored to have you with us, Mr. Charles. Thank you so much for making an appearance here with us to empower us, every one of us. So through Dr. Bill, the webinar got started, and it is ongoing until today. It got started on the 30th of September, that's what Mabel said, 2021. And Dr. Bill has, like I mentioned earlier, has always been with us here to guide us, and we are so grateful for him. And so we like to thank you, Dr. Bill, if you are here. Thank you so much, as you are an honored resident leader and host here with us. Our webinar theme has always been a vision of ONPASSIVE. The mission is OBLA's passion for humanity, eradicating poverty and to uplift humanity. So without further ado, I would like to call on Mr. Kumaran to do the other part 2.
Yes, Kumaran is the one.
Kumaran, over to you then.
Yes, Kumaran has composed this introduction, and I'll be glad to share screen, and let's see. It should be this one. Yeah.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. Join me this Thursday, July 20th, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 8:30 p.m. Singapore time at Dr. Bill Williams' Singapore Malaysia Passion Global Webinar. I am excited to be the guest speaker. This is my first time meeting ONPASSIVE Southeast Asia family. I am so excited to meet and share my passion for ONPASSIVE. See you all on Thursday.
This is just the beginning. I'm very happy how it came out. Nothing like we planned, but it was perfect.
We go to the top with the Philippines. We go to the top with the Netherlands.
Singapore,
We go Singapore.
absolutely.
All
We
over
are
the
in
world.
Singapore. We'll make a show of it. Yeah,
Bangladesh.
yeah, indeed.
See you at the top.
See you at the top. Thank you, Dr. Bill. Appreciate you.
We are here, we are on passive, shining bright into the future. We rise high with one heart and revolution, lifting up humanity as we rise, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars. In it to win it, in it to win it. In it to win it, in it to win it. Bringing hope, shining the light. We're a nation, we are rising with one love, with one goal, bringing solution, lifting up humanity. Let's rise high, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars. In it to win it, in it to win it, to win it. In it to win it, in it to win it. To win it, to win it, to win it, to win it. In it to win it, to win it, to win it. Standing tall. We are the unicorn, we are the star. Standing strong, intact. We are the unicorn, we are the
Wow, thank you, Kumaran. That was great sharing about team passion during the last 20 months. It is nice to remember the active founders who support our webinar each week and the guest speakers who have visited us. By the way, my name is Joanne Wong. I co-host the next agenda. I will invite Brother John Barilla to guide us on the do's and don'ts during our webinar. Please take over, Brother John.
Yes, thank you very much, Joanne. Thank you. Hello everybody. Just a few do or don'ts. Please don't raise your hands right now or throughout the presentation which will be coming up shortly. Please, we don't like to see the hands up when we're not going to call on it for a while because it's not the Q&A time yet. So don't raise your hands now, but wait, and a little later, we'll let you know it's time to raise your hands for questions and answers also, please. Well, of course, keep your mics muted. Also, please sit up straight if you're on video and I see it as maybe lying down. Or just not looking proper, because we want to look nice and neat and friendly here, or I'll close your video. So anyway. That's about it. Oh, and no questions in the chat please, or we'll answer questions in a little while when we call for questions and answers. Okay, that's about it. For now, thank you very much folks, and take over please, Joanne.
Thank you, Brother John Barilla. Now I will invite the one, in the only one, our First Lady, Queen Dr. Benny, to thank our God. Please, Queen Dr. Benny.
Thank you so much, Joanne, for giving me this opportunity. And also, I want to thank Brother John Barilla for the do's and don'ts. And the rest guys for coming here, we love you guys. And the first thing I want to thank is our Father. I want to thank our Maker, our God. Because He, by the way, brought all of us together this afternoon, this evening and this morning. He loves all of us. That is where we can breathe in and out. As you all know, there are a lot of people in the hospital that are begging for this air. They're paying for it, so when you wake up in the morning, please thank your God. I want to thank our Father again for sending somebody to us. That is why we are here. He sent our visionary to all of us, right? This visionary saw the vision and he was not selfish. He decided to share this opportunity with all of us. And his name is Mr. Ashmafair. If it wasn't for him, we will now not be here. Thank you, thank you. Joanne, to you now.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. That's really touching our hearts. Now let's invite our Singapore great leader, creating so many ONPASSIVE founders in Southeast Asia. Let's welcome Sister Mabel. The floor is yours. Please continue.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you. Can you all see me? Yes, huh? Okay, let me share my screen tonight. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, we are. And tonight, this is Passion, Singapore, Malaysia, Global, and this is the host team. Dr. Bill Williams is our resident leader from USA. Myself, my name is Mabel Chan. We have Jeannie Tan, Faith Yo, the three of us are from Singapore. We welcome and we lift up Kumaran from Malaysia, who is really so gifted in the avatar for our webinar. So Kumaran from Malaysia, John Barilla, Dr. Benny England, and Debbie McCormick from USA. We are all your host team. Of course, yes, we have Joanne. And tonight, welcome Mr. Charles Osong from USA, who is gracing this webinar and is going to stir us up with his message. The agenda tonight, as you can see here, is that I'm going to give a 10 minutes presentation on the heart of Mr. Ash Mufarah. Give us the first ground of stirring of passion, and then Mr. Charles Osong is going to tell us everything about passion from his perspective. He's going to share with us one leadership trait or quality for all blessed or fulfilling our passion. Corporate updates, Mr. Charles Osong, anything you think we ought to know this week, and then the floor is open to everyone to share their passion. We are in ONPASSIVE in 200 over countries, but we have offices in US, Dubai, India, Singapore, Egypt, and we are continuing to open more. Let me share a little bit, just 2 slides about who we are. Passion Singapore Malaysia Global. This is our mission. Number 1 is to ignite passion for humanity. 2, to form passion groups. As we are able to ignite people, people will come together and form passion groups and help to achieve. And we are here, if we can, to help each other achieve our goals in the passion group. We are here to ignite passion for humanity, to make the world a better place. And what are we doing? One more slide is our goals. What are we really doing week after week? First action plan. Yes, we invite affiliates to share their passion. And that's why Mr. Charles Osong is here tonight. Keep sharing. One at a time, doesn't matter, one at a time. But suddenly, we will have an army marching forward, unstoppable, to make the world a better place. Yes, passion for humanity. Now we go straight into the heart of Mr. Ash Mufara. He said, do it or die. He guarantees our success. Where would you find CEO doing these 2 things, saying do it or die, fulfilling the success? And he vowed, which CEO would vow? But Mr. Ash Mufara, he vowed to share wealth with us. He said, Mr. Ash Mufara says a few weeks ago, an army of CPAs, financial teams, and of course our legal team are going to fine-tune the projected commission plan that is eminently coming. As long as we are in it, we will win it. And then he said, he is thinking of many ways to bless us financially. And when the time is right, when it is appropriate, he will share with us how we will be blessed in a very legal way. He said last year, we secured the biggest marketing campaign, and now we are about to see something 100 times bigger. And that's why I just want to show you this tip of the iceberg. Founders, affiliates here tonight, whatever we have known, be it the last 5 years or the last 2.5 years from this platform, is only the iceberg, tip of the iceberg, and just about 5%. So can you imagine the rest of the 95% as they are unveiled to us? Oh my goodness. But as much as we don't know, I want us to know this, our account. As much as we do not know, I want us to know what the ONPASSIVE account means to each one of us. If you have an account, ONPASSIVE account, but you got no business, you just have an account, nothing to sell, nothing to promote, then ONPASSIVE sells ONPASSIVE products for you, for us. ONPASSIVE sells ONPASSIVE products for us. And look at this on the left. This is going to be 1 dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen, 4 dozens of products that will be rolled out, revealed to us over the months. Each one is a stream of income. Each one is a business center. So can you imagine, we don't have business, but we have an ONPASSIVE account, then we are representing all the accounts, all the business center that Mr. Ash Mufara ONPASSIVE is going to slowly reveal into the market. But if you have a business, if you do have something that you can promote or sell, then this very same account can also sell your products. So in other words, one account, ONPASSIVE account, is a multiple business center exposing our business to the global market of 5, 6, 7 billion people. And it is each account one account represents a multiple streams of income. So now we go about this account. Our joining fee, if you remember, is $97. And for us in ONPASSIVE, a very nice way of representing finance is we call them apples. Now and then we will have new people, we will have founders waking up. So here it is, we call our finance apples. And this $97, our joining fee, we do not only have one apple or a basket of apple. As you can see, we have an orchard, a garden of apple trees. And this will give us generational wealth. Now, there are some people who might be wondering and thinking, what really is happening? And you may be thinking, are we still viable, etc.? So for anyone, which I don't promote, for anyone who think that she has a better use of the $97, you can still ask for a refund. Okay. This slide talks about this two gentlemen, a father and a son. And here this son is saying, my greatest dream is to say, Dad, now you can rest. I can take care of this family. Apple trees for generational wealth. In most cases, it is we leave an inheritance from parents to children. But in ONPASSIVE, in the era, in the generation of ONPASSIVE, it can be for children to parents, to relatives and loved ones, generational wealth to communities, to humanity. Together, we make the world a better place. So here, living the life we'll always dream of. Generational wealth. Just take a look at this lovely freedom picture, okay? And now I just want to, while so many things are planned and gifted for us by Mr. Ash Mufarah, I just want to quote this Bible verse, Amos 9:13, which basically, I'm always intrigued how this Bible verse can happen, because it's just like all over the place, not in sequence. But in ONPASSIVE, before we start, it is already a unicorn company. Before we start, it's already lined up for us the success. So it says, this verse Amos 9:13 says, yes, indeed, it won't be long, God's decree. It won't be long. Things are going to happen so fast. Your head is going to swim. One thing fast on the heels of the other. You won't be able to keep up. Yes, we won't be able to keep up what Mr. Ash Mufarah is giving us. Everything will be happening at once. And everywhere you look is blessing, 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 like wine pouring off the mountains and hills. So I just find that, for this generation encountering ONPASSIVE, this Bible verse is going to come to reality to some of us, with blessing slapping us left and right, top and bottom. So the mission of ONPASSIVE, Mr. Ash Mufarah says, making the world a better place, one person at a time. You and I are that one person, one family at a time. Your family and my family is that blessed family. And then collectively together, we are able to do more. 1.4 million of us, we are going to, at any one time, make 1.4 million persons happy, fulfilled. And then 1.4 million families at a time, several communities at a time, eradicating poverty as much as possible. We, Mr. Ash Mufarah says a couple of months ago, we, the 1.4 million of us, the affiliates, the founders, we are his motivation. Mr. Ash, I'm winding down. Mr. Ash Mufarah all says, just on the 12th of July, my name is Ash Mufarah, and I will conquer starvation in the world. My name is Ash Mufarah, and I will conquer starvation in the world. he also says we are fighters for you, for humanity. And he says his passion, ONPASSIVE's passion, is not to build their legacy, but to build our legacy, our 1.4 million of us, and a legacy to reach out to the world, to make the world a better place. So here together, we dream big, 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 bigger, and ONPASSIVE is the movement. He says his goal is ONPASSIVE to be a beacon of hope to humanity. And I believe, okay, I am really winding down. I believe in ONPASSIVE because God is in it. Mr. Ashmul Farah says God has endorsed ONPASSIVE and have given him triple power. The first power is the vision to make the world a better place that empowers him. Just to know that, just to see that destiny and the vision empowers him. The 1.4 million of us, early registration, we are his empowerment. And then the super executive team in all over the place, Hyderabad and different countries, that super executive team and staff, they are his one of the triple power. So when a man acknowledges God, it's humility, and God will exalt him, Mr. Ashmul Farah, in due time. His achievements indeed will be divinely empowered. ONPASSIVE will make an impact in the world for many generations to come. Thank you, Mr. Ashmul Farah. And now we go to the heart of Mr. Charles Osong. I do not attempt to know him or know him well, but just a couple of slides to draw him out. Mr. Charles Osong, as I saw this in the website, you are a man on a mission. And we want to get to know you more, Mr. Charles Osong. We would like you to tell us what is that mission that you have. Share that mission with us, and maybe we can join hands. And then a little bit more, one more slide about you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Charles Osong, I present to you. Mr. Charles Osong is famous for his 3 passionate questions about business or any business. He will ask these 3 questions. He will, if you come to him for any business, he will ask you, if I do not recruit or sell to any one person, will I still make enough money for time and financial freedom? First question he will ask, I don't sell to anyone, will I still make money? Second question he will ask, will I have to come out of pocket every month? That means, is there a monthly subscription, etc.? And the final and the third question, does this company has legitimate, means legal, viable means necessary products? So these 3 questions he asked when he was approached to join ONPASSIVE, and it's all yes, yes, yes. Mr. Charles Osong, this is your famous 3 criteria for any business, and I just feel that so appropriate for us to get to know you from your criteria. So let me stop share and ask you if you could start first. Man on a mission, Mr. Charles Osong. The platform is for you tonight, and we will lead you with questions. What is the mission you have, Mr. Osong?
Thank you, Mabel, and all the other previous speakers for today. So I first of all want to say I like what I just heard, what you guys are up to, the passion, okay? And I really like that Bible verse that you quoted at the end, because it's so fitting to what we are doing, right?
Yes.
It's almost as if God was predicting us, ONPASSIVE, coming to the world. That's almost how it feels to me when I saw it and I heard it. Okay. And now let me go to your question, man on the mission. And if I cry, please forgive me, because when I speak about that, I get emotional. And the reason I get emotional is simple. When I heard about ONPASSIVE, end of February 2019. And I asked those 3 questions that you mentioned, and it took me less than 3 minutes to make a decision, to know this is where I want to be. This is what I've been looking for so many, many years. But I also knew, being my background in technology, I also knew it was going to take a while. I have been in such projects many, many times, like being an engineer in such a project. So I knew it was going to take a long time. I knew it was going to take maybe 5 years, maybe more, okay? But I had a handful of people in my office that day, and I told them, listen, there's something that I just stumbled upon. It's going to be big, but it's going to be a while. So jump in. 7 of them, they jumped in, all of them. And believe it or not, I did not talk about it again to anybody. Why? Because I knew it was going to take a long time. I knew my time will come when I'll have to share it, okay? But I did not know when that time will come. So I kept monitoring. And 1 year later, meaning March of 2020, I'm sitting very early in the morning on my couch around 5 a.m. I wasn't sleeping. I had just come from using the bathroom just to take a leak, came back. And my late grandfather appeared to me. That's why I always say this is a divine mission. He had never appeared to me for 35 years. He was dead. That was the first time. And he told me, Charles, you stumble upon this opportunity called ONPASSIVE, you need to start sharing. And I said, I know I will share, but I have to wait until it's getting closer. And he was like, no, you start now. And I tried to debate with him, and he just beat me up and said, you got to go do what I'm telling you. You see? So to me, it is a mission, a divine mission, okay? To make sure any human being that has ears could listen. But I have to do my part, okay? And that's why I started the Zoom meetings. I looked around online, and I saw that Mike Ellis and Jeffrey Murdoch had a couple of YouTube videos that will speak for 15, 20 minutes. And I realized that unless you're in the field, unless you really are tech savvy or maybe marketing savvy or both, you may miss out some things. And I also realized that Ash was not really big on webinars because he believes that AI is going to do the trick. So what's the point? So what's necessary? But I decided to start a private Zoom meeting. I remember the first meeting, we had over like 100 and maybe 150 people or so. But after that, it just kept growing. See? So the mission became real. The mission at the time was to get as many people as possible to become founders. Because I knew at some point we're going to stop picking founders. And then the mission would change. And it has changed. From bringing in founders to what? Bringing in affiliates or resellers. We used to call them resellers. When you hear affiliate, it's the same thing. Okay? So now the mission is changing, has changed. But I still have the mission. I did the first part, and here am I faced with the second and even bigger part, which is bringing in affiliates. So that's the mission. In a nutshell. Remember? And what pleases me is that I feel like today we have more than 1.4 million men and women on a mission, right? So I think that first part of the mission was well executed.
Yes. So the mission is about sharing and sharing and sharing, bringing as many people as possible into this heaven, of plenty, this orchard of plenty. So now, would you like to share your definition from your perspective of passion? Passion
sure.
drives us. Tell me your definition of passion, and then of course, what is passion? What is your passion?
Okay. So my definition of passion is an activity or something that you do that you love so much. Okay. You do it with so much love that you don't even feel it. As a matter of fact, when you go to sleep at night, you are looking forward to the next day to go do that activity again. You can see it has very well been exemplified by our CEO, Ash Mufara.
Yes.
How much he loves ONPASSIVE. He'll come and sit with us for hours, 6, 7, 8, sometimes even 9 hours. And he will leave that meeting to another ONPASSIVE meeting. Okay? And he even goes beyond and says, we're gonna do it or die. Now that's passion. That's passion to another level. That's what we're talking about, passion. When you love it, your heart is there, everything, every mite of yours is in it. To me, that's passion. Now, what is my passion?
Yes.
I have come to realize, and without even knowing at first, when I saw ONPASSIVE early 2019, I said to myself, this is it. I mean, like I said, it took me 2-3 minutes, right? And I said, this is it. It's going to change humanity. It's going to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor. And I knew I had to be part of it. I knew that immediately. Okay? So at the time, I did not even know who Ash Mufara is. Okay? I had no clue. I just knew that whoever is behind this, it's like he just took what I would have loved to do, but I don't have the means or the ability to do it, and he's doing it, and I'm going to join forces with that person, period. I didn't know who he was, okay? And then I realized as time went on that, wow, okay, so this guy is also thinking along the same lines. He hates to see people suffer. He hates to see so much riches and so much poverty, right? The gap to me is just unfair, okay? And I was gonna help to do that. So that has become my drive. And as I got more into ONPASSIVE, I got to know Ash more and more and more. I realized that he is also thinking along the same lines. So what's my passion? My passion is to bring or elevate as many poor people as possible by sharing this opportunity to them or with them. And guess what? The 1.4 million founders is a far cry from 8 billion people on Earth. Therefore, all of these other people can become affiliates. And believe it or not, if you are an affiliate, it doesn't matter where you live, you will be just fine financially. So that's my passion.
Yes. Now, Mr. Osong, how do you think what about All Blessed now? How is All Blessed going to be blessing people?
Oh, All Blessed is big. And at first, when I first heard All Blessed, 4 years ago or something, or just about 4 years ago, we were thinking, well, it's a crowdfunding platform. But no, it's not. It goes beyond crowdfunding. I remember last webinar with our CEO, one of the founders asked, what can we do to make sure that All Blessed is not just a crowdfunding? To tell you the truth, it is not crowdfunding, okay? It has some elements of crowdfunding, but it's way beyond crowdfunding. So what is All Blessed? Basically, we're gonna use All Blessed to bless humanity. We're gonna use All Blessed to enable people, right? So we're gonna have projects, we're gonna have whatever it is that you plan to do, you can go to All Blessed. The founders will be able to identify with what you're trying to do. If they love what you're doing, they like the idea, they can contribute. But what the emphasis on All Blessed is to enable, which means what? Which means you can give, it's okay to give, one, twice, but it's better to teach people how to fish rather than to give them fish, right? So we're going to be focusing on empowering these people by teaching them how to fend for themselves. That is all blessed. And we're going to go from area to area, from country to country, to the extent where it's accessible to all humanity, all of mankind. Okay?
Wow. Indeed, OBLESS is very powerful, and it's not crowdfunding. It's going to help people stand on their own 2 feet, and how founders is able to help them. Now, can you share with us one, we talk about OBLESS, we talk about passion, we talk about our own goals that we want to meet, our own mission. Mr. Charles Osong, with all your experience, be it in leadership or in life, what is one virtue, what is one characteristics, what is one trait that it will be very, very good to have to fulfill our passion?
Yeah, so far as I'm concerned, the biggest trait to have is something we call empathy. Okay, empathy, as opposed to sympathy, right? So to empathize, simply means you are able to put yourself in somebody's situation, okay, and try to imagine and feel or see what that person feels. Okay, so you see a homeless person, for example, and you stand and you say, wait a minute, what if it was me? Imagine a homeless person sitting out in the cold, and you're thinking, oh, wow, I'm in a nice car, but I could have been in that cold. How could that person be feeling? When you put yourself in that person's situation, then guess what? There's something natural that God gives each and every one of us to make you want to be able to help that person at all costs. So empathy, again, could be a virtue, but it could be something that we develop, right? So if you do not know how to empathize, start thinking more about other people. Start thinking, okay, what can this person be going through? Somebody comes to you, well, I have cancer, for example, God forbid, but I don't have money to pay for hospitalization or pay for this. Start putting yourself in that person's situation. Okay, it could be me, right? And if it is me, what would I do? How would I feel? How would I expect others to react towards me? You know what I mean? And then, guess what? OBLESS becomes second nature to you. OBLESS becomes something that you look forward to doing, because a lot of people around the globe are suffering one way or the other. So empathy is it.
Yeah. I just love what you say. OBLESS become our second nature. Wow, that's a big step forward. That's a big growth.
Right. And guess what? At ONPASSIVE, OBLESS is our thing, right? It's our baby, right? It's our heart. So whatever we do, okay, circulates around OBLESS. It's because we want to be able to bless. That's why we do the other thing. In reality, to solve the problem of OBLESS.
Yes. We have almost done about passion, and you can always come back to tell us a little bit more. And this week also a lot of happening with Ash speaking in 360. Mr. Osong, what do you think is the essence of this week's corporate update that can update us and excite us? What do you think is this week's corporate update?
Okay, so basically, Ash showed up yesterday in OP 360. They weren't expecting him. Nobody was expecting him. And he just said, guys, I'm going to be there. You know, that's because of that passion, again, that he has for the company, for us, right? He's always excited, wants to share. If it were up to him, he will give us more info. But remember, it's not up to him, right? Because he's going to get in trouble. So he gives us as much as we need to know. Most importantly, yesterday, I think was very, very excited. It wasn't that long, but I picked up a lot of things. They gave out a lot of clues as to what you can expect. Okay. First off, he said that ONPASSIVE just signed a big partnership with a big department. He wasn't going to announce it yesterday because he will let the people that are supposed to do it do the announcement, right? But it is big. I believe so far it is the biggest partnership that we've signed as a company, and we'll find out about it pretty soon. Okay. There have been some issues with OConnect, like presentation. Okay, he wants to make sure you can share files at very high speed, unlimited, without having to leave the session. That has been taken care of. Okay, so everything looks fine. The single sign-on that we have single sign-on. We've been talking about this from day one. Talking about single sign-on. Okay, now, like he said, we had single sign-on, but we did not have single sign-off. Okay, so we forgot to have single sign-off, right? Meaning that you have all these applications, you sign into one application, automatically you are in everything. Remember, you go to OES, you sign in your email, boom, you have the OES in front of you. We need to be able to sign out from one application also. When you sign out of one, you automatically sign out of all. So that was not factored in, but now it is. They worked on it, everything looks good, so we are good to go. Okay. Now, OConnect, we did not go commercial. Why? It was intentional. So it's not by mistake. It's not because something is wrong. It's because, which I expect, and I also thought about that a lot, they are just being careful, right? Remember, guys, first impression is lasting impression. When you hit that market, right, you want everybody to be like, wow, these guys really meant it. You know, we have a lot of haters, we have a lot of critics. They are just waiting. They cannot wait for us to fail, right? So that when we fail, they're going to be like, well, I have something else to say. They refuse to join us. Now they don't want to blame themselves. They want to say, well, we were right. We're not going to make it anyway. So they're going to be like, well, we told you. They thought the order, they thought they could put all these things together. No one has ever done it. Who are they to be able to do it? And they're going to start celebrating, right? So we want to make sure that from day one, they're going to start biting their fingers. They're going to eat their words. So they're just being careful. And remember, once you go out and you get viral, what happens? You start getting all these different support calls. Everybody, somebody, for little things, right? Things that don't even need support, they're going to call support, right? They're going to use the chat button, all of that stuff. So we need to be ready. But we are ready. It's not that we're not ready. We are just preparing, okay? Now, Ash also said, the old media, the media department, has come up with an AI-driven application that is historical, that is big. He's not going to be the one to announce it. He's not saying that they will come up with one. He's saying it's a done deal. It's out already. It's ready. And we're going to hear about it first week of August, right? So first week of August, we're going to get a historical announcement. So stay tuned. Today is July 20, so we'll still have just a few more days, 2 weeks or less, okay? Now, he also gave some clues. I'm glad we're all found us here today. So what clue did he give? If you listen to that OP360, if you listen carefully, if you haven't listened, I implore you to go and listen, right? But if you listen carefully, it told Chris Johnson, we'll talk about all blend, giving up food. So started talking about food, right? And so Chris was talking about having a truck full of his favorite eggs and barbecue sauce or whatever. So Ash was just making a joke. I said, hey, listen, but on a serious note, I want you, once you start making money, the first money that you make or first apple that you get, wear your mask, feed yourself, take care of yourself. The very second one, I won't be surprised. I expect you to go out there, one of these big stores like Costco or whatever, get a truckload of food and be going out and distributing to the people, right? Like you love to do. And he even told him, I'll make sure you do it. Even if you cannot pay for it, I will pay for it. And then he added and said, and you have to do that before it gets cold. Well, guess what Chris Johnson said? He said, well, I can do it even whether it's before it gets cold or after it gets cold, it doesn't matter. And he told him, no, Chris, before it gets cold.
Wow.
These are all clues, okay? All right. So what I'm saying is he gave out a lot of clues yesterday. And if you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to it. He also said, I'll give you another clue that he said. Sometime during that conversation, he said, O Connect, that the corporate, that they decided in corporate not to use the trial version of O Connect anymore. As corporate, we're going to use O Connect again. The next time we use it, it will be on the paid version. Okay. And then later on during that forecast, he said, we're going to have an O Connect meeting in September. So what does that tell you? Okay. So what I'm saying is give a lot of clues. Things are moving right direction. We just need to be a little patient and everything will be just fine. Okay. That's it.
Yes.
That's the most important point as far as update, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes. And it's good, long and enough, wonderful to excite us. So now it's just past 9:30. We have a lot of time and the floor is open for anyone, whether to share your own passion or to ask Mr. Osong your questions for clarification, for excitement. So the floor is open. Anyone who wants to start to appreciate his presence, you can put up your hand or raise your hand. Jeannie can help. As usual, we always have John Barilla to head the team. Keep us warm. John.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mabel. Yes, I do like to come on early or first just to comment, usually just to say, as you know, I'm here every week that I can be for supporting everyone here. And I just wanted to say, which I usually like to come on and say, I really appreciated Charles today. Wasn't it great to have him here?
Yes.
And he's always, oh yes, and he's always inspiring and he's letting us know exactly where we're at, why we are here. And I just want to appreciate him and thank him very much for his words today. And for all of us to think about where we're at and why we need to be ready and why we need to be patient, because it's all happening and we should all be happy and relaxed and just enjoy what's going on right now. That's all I have for everybody. Say hello to everybody and I'm happy to be here today. Thank you, Charles. Thank you very much. Wonderful presentation.
Yes.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Thank you, Brother John. Thank you, Brother John. And okay, next we have Prince Oka. Prince Oka from South Africa.
Wow.
Please unmute yourself.
Can he unmute?
Can you unmute?
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello, good afternoon from my side here, South Africa. How are you?
We are all good.
Yeah, I'm so happy to join the webinar, Singapore webinar. My question goes to Mr. Charles Osong. How are you, Mr. Charles?
I am abundantly blessed, highly favored. How are you?
I'm okay, sir. My question is this: I was in a 360 webinar yesterday when our CEO is talking about 1st of August. There will be a big news. So, and he never explained it very well. So from my side here, I want to find out what will the big news be like, please, sir.
I just talked about it. And first of all, it is not 1st of August. It's 1st week of August. It could be on the 1st, it could be on the 2nd, it could be on the 5th. So just don't hold into August 1st, okay? That's number one. Number two.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Number two, I just said that the O Media department has developed an application that is historical. He didn't tell us what the application is. He doesn't want to spoil the fun for them. They are going to be the ones to explain and announce it so we can be excited at that time, right? But it is an application that they're going to unveil to us in that 1st week of August. And we're going to love it. It's going to be also, as always, disruptive, okay?
Okay.
So just hang tight. You'll find out soon, in 2 weeks.
Okay, sir, because you know, we have been waiting for this launching of O-Connect and other products, you know, so that we can know what the videos will be all about. So we can keep our money ready. That's why I'm trying to find out what the videos will be next month.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Prince Oka. And thank you, Charles. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, next we have Rosemary. Rosemary, please.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Oh, sorry. Can you unmute yourself?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Hope you can hear me well.
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Okay. My question is this, is from Oga Charles. Please, I just want to know when you normally do your webinar, the time. Is it on Saturday? I believe it's on Saturday, but I don't actually know the date. The
It's on
time,
Sunday.
sorry.
Are you in Nigeria?
No, I'm in London.
Yeah, London, UK time. Okay, so every Sunday, and we open it up at 7:45 p.m. UK time.
Okay, where do I get the link,
Sunday.
please? Where do I get the link, please?
I will try to put it in the back office this week. Also, I'll start putting it in the back office, but we'll send it out in all the different group chats, but I'll also put it in the back office this week.
Okay, lovely. Just try and put it in the back office, okay? Thank you so much. I really
Yeah, so
appreciate
we
your
will
hard
fly in the
work.
back office. Yes.
Yes, I really appreciate your hard work. May God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Rosemary. Thank you. And thank you, Charles. Okay, we have Mr. Raj. Mr. Raj from India. Can you unmute yourself, Raj? Raj, are you able to unmute yourself?
Yes. Am I audible? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Really, that's fantastic moment for me, especially I am Raj from India. What incredible webinar is going on. Hats off, Mr. Charles, sir, really rocking today. What impressive, impactful, heart-touching, fabulous, stupendous response was there. This is a true meaning of ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE means financial freedom, time freedom, and love factor, compassion factor, and charismatic factors. Really, Mr. Ash told, Mr. Company ready? Are we ready? Yes, why not? We are going to touch the sky. Oak Connect, he told, Oak Connect is one of the awesome product, endowed with beautiful, exceptional characters. That is rocking, mind-blowing, and we are going to reshape the planet. We are endowed with super multiple intelligence, multiple automation, multiple, we know, traffic is going on. We are on the radar of,
Mr. Raj,
you know,
Mr. Raj,
500
sorry.
billion. Yeah.
Mr. Raj, may I
Yes,
know what's your question? Sorry, Mr. Raj.
Yeah, I
It's also breaking up.
Yes,
Yeah, and because you're breaking up also, we cannot catch you very much. So can you ask your question, please?
Yeah. Yes, am I audible? Yeah, I have two questions. Mr. Charles, sir, you tell me how O Academy is going to change the world. How is the game changer for the world? I'm asking about O Academy.
Okay. How are we going to change the world? Is that a question? Did I get it right?
Yeah, I think that's the question.
Academy, he said, Academy.
Oh, how is Academy going to change the world? Okay. Well, so basically, education these days is going more and more virtual, right? Now, Academy, remember, we have a platform in Academy that helps educators reach, people that are seeking that education, okay? So if you are in India, like I see that you're in India, right? You can simply sit in India, your little home or wherever you are in India, and attend university anywhere in the world. You can attend university in the UK, in the US. You can attend Ivy League schools. So in other words, the education is going to be available to you, the same education that today is only available to the few fortunate ones, right? And it's also because of the rich, it's going to be affordable, okay? More affordable. So basically, today's education, things are changing. In the US lately, I believe it was 3-4 days ago, there was a strike in Hollywood. And stars were even complaining, oh, well, this AI is going to take our job. You know, people can just mimic us and do the same things that we do and stuff like that. So education is about to change. And we are AI with heart. So what we are doing is to make sure that every child around the globe, no matter where you are, as long as you have internet access, okay, can receive the same education that those fortunate rich kids are entitled to in this day and age. That's it. And that, believe me, within the next 3, 4, 5 years of academy hitting the globe, you will see the difference. Okay?
Yeah, second question. I want to add how ONPASSIVE is going to bring a financial freedom. It is said that we are having hybrid compensation plan. After 2 years, Mr. Ash already told, we are going to become millionaire, each and every founding members. That's a great treasure for us. My question is, how many years will it take to launch all 50 plus product? What do you think about that?
Well, we don't even know how many products we have. You can say 50 products, we may end up getting 100 products, right? So don't worry about that, okay? Think about what we have. Like Chris said yesterday, think about what you have, not what you want to have, right? So the products that we have, every month or every week, we're gonna have new products. It doesn't matter how long it takes, as far as I'm concerned, okay? And I don't wanna put time as to how long it's gonna take for you to become a millionaire, right? The bottom line is, no matter how long it takes, we are all going to be financially comfortable, okay? It could be sooner than you think. I believe it's gonna be sooner than you think. Why do I say that? Because we have so many different buckets of income. We have so many different sources that we can make money, right? And I always say this, I'm gonna take this opportunity to repeat that we are not an MLM company, right? MLM companies are usually restricted, okay, to their sources of income. We are a self-sufficient company, which means everything that a business needs, we have it. And when we have it, we'll get what we can get out of it. The rest of it, we'll sell it to the market. And when we sell it to the market, the CEO has promised to give us more than 60% of the profit of the money. They just need enough for innovation, okay? And for overhead, that's it. The rest is coming back to us. So I believe, I'm talking about, we have O-Verify, that's a source of income. We have data centers, that's a source of income. We have O-Media, that is a source of income. Eventually, or very soon, we're gonna have O-Bank, that is a source of income, right? So it's not just about sales, about us selling the product. It's not just about we have commission or income from all over the place, okay? So just relax and we should be just fine, okay, my friend?
Thank you. Thank you, Charles.
Yeah,
And thank you, Mr. Raj.
Last question I have to
Last
ask.
question? Okay, sure.
Once
Go
upon a
ahead.
time, Mr. Yeah, very important question I want to ask. Mr. Michael William once upon a time told that, yes, this is stage of financial tsunami after launch of Oak Connect. Can we expect, financial tsunami, is it real from beginning or it takes a time for financial tsunami? What do you think about that?
You're breaking up. Can somebody paraphrase or tell me what he was asking?
Yeah.
Did anybody hear what he was asking?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I'm asking, after just launching of Oak Connect, can we expect financial tsunami from the beginning?
Wow. Okay,
Wait,
can we expect financial tsunami?
Financial, oh, I missed that part. Oh, Mr. Rice, you make me laugh. Okay. So once O Connect is out in the market, we know it's going to be disruptive. It's above market value. We know we're going to have a lot of influx into O Connect. Okay. So I don't want to call it financial tsunami, right? But we're going to start seeing some real apples dropping. Okay. But let's not call it financial tsunami.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chow.
Thank you, Raj. Yeah.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you for all your questions. Okay, we have Mr. Abdi Alaso.
Hi, Jenny. Hello, everybody. Hello, brother Charles. Yeah, great webinar again, sister. I'm sorry about the background noise. I'm outside. Thanks for Sister Mabel for her great presentation. Always, it's exciting, and her passion about ONPASSIVE and all global Malaysia and Singapore. Great webinar. Always looking forward every Thursday here. Yeah, I don't have a question to my brother, but just one suggestion. If you can carry out that message to the leaders of the tech team, and one also another one for one is for suggestion, asking for if it's possible, and another one is the same thing. Look, Brother Jales, we have you know, in Africa we don't have so many people who joining as an affiliate. The new affiliates or even the old ones don't have much tech experience. They are not techie. Sometimes a language barrier, and we're really struggling to help them many webinars, and you know, not a big webinar, but you know, just a private, sometimes one-to-one, sometimes it's group messages and things like that. So what we're having here, what we're experiencing here, when the people register on the ecosystem, someone got the link and then they register, the form does not have a phone number, and that causing us, we see some people are registering us, and then not only they forget their password, but we cannot add them to the group. They are not responding to emails, whether it's their Gmail, alternative email, or the OMail, they're not responding to that. And we cannot find them. We can see them, they're registered. So is it possible if we can have a on the form registration to put a phone number with the area code compulsory? That's a request, if you can take that for us. The other one is brother, O Connect. When we are demonstrating how to make a webinar or how to access the webinar in O Connect, some people don't come to the webinar, or maybe even it's too quick or too far away from the screen sharing. They don't get it, you know. And we also know sometimes ourselves we have an issue, whether it's a blocker that blocks us, or whether it's internet problems or whatever it is. So these individuals or affiliates or founders, is it possible to record the actual creation of the All Connected webinar and then put it into a YouTube, unlisted YouTube, not the one that's going to be viewed in the public, but unlisted YouTube, and then share it. So more they watch, more they get it. Is that also something that against the proprietary product? That's a question also, and also the other request. Thank you, bro.
Okay. So first one is about people registering and putting phone numbers. That is done by design. Okay. I believe Ash doesn't want us, because I said this a long time ago. When people register, it so happens that you're talking about people you know. That's just a coincidence. If there are people you know, you can call them, whatever. Remember, when we go out there, AI is going to be bringing us customers, right? And we don't want people, founders or anybody, to be calling those customers just because they see their phone numbers. You understand? That is by design, all right? So they need to, once they're in, they have updates in the back office. They can go to, you know, see what's going on. They can find ways to join and be involved. But I don't think they want to put phone numbers there. That's by design. That's for your first part, okay? The other part about O Connect, I believe Madi Gamo a while ago, once we just had O Connect, he put up the video out there how to create a webinar. I don't know. It's on YouTube. Okay, and I can ask him to put it up again, whatever. But if you go scroll back enough, you're gonna see it just around the time that we launched O Connect. Okay, it tells you step by step how to go and create a webinar. Okay, that's the only thing I can say about that. Now, personally, doing those webinars with founders and use O Connect to do stuff with founders, like one-on-one, maybe 10, 15, 20, 100 people, right? If it's a lot of founders or like something like this, and you want to last longer than 2 hours most of the time, we're all still using Zoom. Now, even Ash said yesterday that at corporate, they have decided they're only going to use O Connect again when we go commercial. Why? Because the commercial product is a beast. The commercial O Connect is a whole different story, right? It even has the ability to ping your device. You get a lot of people in Africa, in third world countries, I want to say in developing countries most of the time, they have issues with either they don't have enough data, they don't have enough bandwidth. You know, so many, their resources are low. But that new O Connect is going to be able to ping that device ahead of time. And this happens in nanoseconds, okay? It pings the device, look at your resources, and then adjust to your resources. You may not have the best connection, but you will have connection. You see what I mean? So many different changes. We're going to be mobile on the app and so on and so forth. So I think for the most part, I have some very serious people that I want to bring into O Connect, into ONPASSIVE. You know what? I'm not doing that just yet. I want us to get to that revolutionary product so that when they see, they're going to be like, wow, this is what I'm talking about. Okay? But that video is out there. You can ask Manny or if one I can find out from him, if you can go and search and put it back up there, you know?
But the video, I saw the video before Martin put it. If I go back, I can get it myself. But he says, don't share. Founders only share.
Yeah, we share to founders. Yeah, you're talking about founders, right? Isn't that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Well, here's the truth, as far as I'm concerned, okay? Okay. Anybody who has access to OMail, whether they are founders or not, they can watch it. Because you want them to be able to use O Connect, right?
Yes.
And so as far as I'm concerned, if they will watch it, they cannot use O Connect unless they are part of the ecosystem. So therefore, they are forced to get a registration. As far as I'm concerned, anybody can watch that video. There's nothing proprietary there. Besides, I said not long ago, Victoria's Secret is no longer a secret.
That's right? What I was just about to say.
That's what I'm saying. So why we watch it? Okay. So sure.
Thanks, bro. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Abdi Alaso and Mr. Charles. So next we have Mr. Kumaran. Kumaran, please.
Thank you, Ginny.
Welcome.
Well, Charles, I have two questions. It's linked. The first question, your background is more to the IT. Can you just explain, because when just now we never introduced about you from the IT background, because you're in the technology. Can you just explain about share about your background in the IT technology? Because the next question is linked with that.
Oh, okay. So when in undergraduate studies, I did what we call information systems, okay? And when I did that, I was open to anything when I was looking for a job. I just wanted a job. Doesn't matter what it is. That was in the late 90s. And the first job I had the job as a Unix administrator. And then I got tired. I get tired easily, very, very quickly. And now when I look back at my life, I think God was preparing me for ONPASSIVE. That's why I was getting tired. I get tired being a Unix admin. I said, oh, let me do something else. I became an Oracle DBA. After a year or a year and a half, I got tired. I said, let me do something else. I started to do programming, got tired. I said, okay, no more programming. I went and did network engineering. I became a firewall admin. I became a F5 load balancer administrator. I did everything you think about it, I've done it. And then I ended up becoming a Scrum Master and then an Agile coach, right? Before retiring 7 years ago. And when I retired, I didn't retire because I had money, because people may say, well, yeah, no. I retired, I resigned because I felt that I could do more. And if you want to do more, you need to get out of employee mindset. Okay? So I was making good money, to tell you the truth. I remember telling my wife that I was resigning and she almost had a fit. Are you out of your mind? I'm like, well, maybe I am, but I'm going to do it. You see what I mean? So I pretty much traverse almost every area in IT. So I call myself a generalized specialist. Right? So I have a basic idea of everything. So I've done pretty much everything.
Okay, thank you, Brother Charles. Okay, now from the screen itself, you can see the youngest is our brother Raj. The rest is in the early 50s, and some our John Barella is there. So we in the circle of from early 50s to in the 70s, right? And now is the wave of AI. Okay, now is the wave of the AI is happening now, and for the founders, we are so lucky. So, your advice, since your background is from the IT, okay, these founders, do they to get knowledge to enhance, grow with the AI? Okay, just leave it, like just sit at the one corner and buy the every day, just click and look at the back office. So, what is your advice?
Well, I don't know. So AI, first of all, so just so you guys know, right? The US military started messing with AI around 1959. So AI has been around. I did my graduate studies in database systems and security, right? We focused a little bit on AI. The problem with AI is that it needs data, it's data driven, right? So why we did not have it so much earlier on is because the internet was not there. Remember, the internet came out in the 90s, and ever since then, data has been evolving, okay? And therefore, now AI is becoming very sophisticated. You can train yourself. You can go to even ChatGPT. You can train yourself on basic AI, on the open source, how it works, right? However, here's what I love about ONPASSIVE. Just to tell you the truth, when I saw ONPASSIVE, I said, this is it. Why? Because you don't have to be IT savvy. You don't have to know anything to succeed. And I don't want to make founders start feeling like, oh, we need to go study AI, or we need to go study this, or we need to go study that. You don't have to, right? But if you're curious and you're already making money, and you just want your brain to develop, because when you're training, you're reading, you're listening to all those videos and stuff, your brain is developing, right? So for those who are curious, they can go and play with it. But it's not going to give them any advantage as to how much money they make versus those who don't. That's very important, okay? The only thing that can give somebody an advantage as far as ONPASSIVE is concerned is if you decide to share. And you don't have to be in AI to share, right? You don't have to be doing AI to share. You just tell somebody, I'm in this company, looks like everybody in there is going to win it. Financial freedom is yours as long as you're part of it. And that person says, oh, how do I get part of it? Send them to a webinar. Send them to anywhere, anybody that can explain to them. You don't have to explain it. And very, very soon, you heard me asking Ash the other day about a template. I mean, I can start my own webinar today if I want to. Because I understand the business. I know what they're doing. I know what they're thinking, right? But not everybody can do the same like me, right? So I suggested, and I said it was a very good idea, that we have a template, maybe some PowerPoints, maybe some guidelines, right? So that if you are in Malaysia doing something, and I am in the US doing something, right? And Abdi is in Australia doing something, at least there's some uniformity, right? It is true that if we have bullet points, PowerPoint, you're going to explain a point different from me, but at least we're explaining that same PowerPoint slide. Make sense? So don't get people to think they have to do AI. No, they don't have to. Not at all.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Dom.
Yeah.
For Charles.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Charles, and thank you, Kumaran. Mr. Abdi, you have your hand up.
Yes. My question, so the answer to my question came part of the last sentence of Charles. I was going to ask him, are we going to have a similar webinar we used to have on the founders? You know, when we used to call the founders, there used to be a webinars around that you used to do. Yeah, that was my question, but it looks like it's coming, like the way you answered to that, the last words. Yeah, and it's gonna be all
Yes, I
universal,
plan to
right?
do that. Just to answer a question, I plan to do that with O Connect, right? So once O Connect, the commercial version of O Connect is out, and so we're gonna do that, okay? And hopefully, yeah, we're gonna be able to stream it from O Connect to YouTube or to whatever else streaming service available to us. So we will do
Like
that.
it's universal, universal for everyone. Like every founder can use that sort of templates to talk about, right?
Yeah, exactly.
ONPASSIVE.
Again, not even with the template, right? Even when we have a template and we have a PowerPoint presentation, not every founder is gonna want to do it, right?
Oh yeah,
Not every
sure.
founder is gonna be comfortable doing it. This is the reason why I'm thinking I might do it once a week.
Thanks, bro, Jarvis.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Abdi, and thank you, Charles. Okay, next we have Pierce from Pierce Uber.
Hello, Mabel and Jane.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello, my
Piers.
in-law Charles. How are you, my boss? I'm so excited. I promised Mabel and Jane I have to be on their webinar every Thursday, even if I'm at work. So thank you guys for sending me the link all the time. Thank you, Charles. You know the story. I have only one question. Please, Charles, I'm sorry to ask this question, but it's for everyone. Charles, when I use my laptop to do the rifle draw, I do all the everything, shares, do everything anywhere. In common, I don't do all shares. But my fear is this, when I don't put my email, because YouTube sometimes took them down, I put my OES ID. But after putting it, I will see other app of my account, my OES ID is visible by me. But other people, I'm seeing their comments, I'm not seeing their OES. Is that because I'm using my laptop, or is that other people are seeing my OES ID, or I'm not doing it right? Because I follow the procedure.
So, okay, let me get your question straight. You are looking at other people's comments. You are not seeing the OES ID.
Yes.
Right? Is that what you're saying?
But but all my accounts, the one I did already, I'm seeing my comment and I'm seeing my OES ID number.
Okay,
so I'm
let me tell you
afraid
why.
if it's, yeah.
Let me tell you why. And I announce this even at the corporate webinar. I announce it every time I get a chance, that people need to follow instructions. Okay? A lot of people are going there, they make the comment, and they don't put their OES ID. That's why you're seeing that. And that is why, when we had that draw the first time, the real person that was supposed to win the first prize did not have the OES ID. They had to do it again. They had to do another draw. So if you're one of those, the instruction says very vividly, comment by putting in your OES ID. You don't even have to say a word. You can just go in there in the comments box and say OES ID number, blah, blah, blah. And you're good. But I go in there and I see people with long comment, this is a great company, it's gonna make everybody financially free and all that. And then they do all that and they forget to put the OES ID. When that draw takes place, sorry, you have no chance. So don't worry, you are fine, okay? It's the majority of those people that are not fine.
So I'm right when I'm putting I make comments and then I wrote capital OES ID, then I put blah, 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 blah. And most I've done maybe 12 of my accounts. Every day I log in, I'm seeing my information with my OES. I'm afraid maybe it's on the public. That's why I'm asking the question.
No, you're fine.
All right. Thank you very much, Charles. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Charles, and thank you, Piers, for asking that question. Okay, next we have Victor Abba from UK. Can you unmute yourself? Yes, thank you.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good day to everyone on this wonderful webinar this afternoon. And a big good afternoon to Brother Charles, Papa Africa, man on a mission, the man with passion, the man who's going places, but he's not going alone, he's taking us with him. in the style of Ash Mufara. We are all in it to win it. And I love that. I love that. What I'd like to ask Charles is, everything is open at the moment. Um, our CEO is speaking openly on YouTube. He's speaking openly on our webinars. Now we are getting more and more people who are becoming affiliates. Can we ask them who are affiliates, can we ask them now to join webinars such as this so that they can have a more of a feel for ONPASSIVE just by joining in, even though they're not O founders? Or are we still restricting it to O founders?
I'm asking them to join, okay? So the only problem is they might get so lost, right? They wouldn't know what we're talking about. But there is nothing proprietary here that we just did, okay? That if you ask them to join, it's gonna, I don't see it, like you said, everything I said yesterday was on YouTube, right? So,
yeah.
And I'm saying it here, if somebody says we're just an affiliate, so what? It doesn't matter, okay? The only problem is when you bring people in, like somebody called me, yesterday, and said, Charles, I have quite a few people that have just joined me as affiliates. They don't even know what to do next. In other words, they don't even know that they need to go and click become an affiliate if they want to make money, right? So how can I orientate them? Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So once you get these people in, you are a leader automatically, right? And you need to step up. You need to say, okay, here's what you do next. You go in, become an affiliate. Here's the next thing. We have some webinars. I know you might be lost, but just start listening to them, as many of them as possible, and you'll begin to pick up some things, okay? If possible, you can go back and listen to some of the presentation that we did before we stopped taking founders, so that they understand what it is. They will have so many things about the products and so on. You orientate them so that when they come to this webinar, they are not lost. But to answer your question, yes, Brother Victor, they are very free to come to this webinar. As
Thank
long
you.
as you have an OMail ID, I keep saying that anybody with an OMail ID, meaning has access to the ecosystem, right, can be part of this webinar, because they need to know how to navigate them. They need to know what next to do, and so on and so forth.
Thank you. If I may ask another question. Now, you said that when OConnect, the commercial version of OConnect is launched, you are going to bring some big players in that you know will love it. Now, what is there a plan to have a presentation that can be presented to corporate industries, where the individuals who are not computer savvy, but they may have connections, and they would want to present the OConnect properly to a corporate setting, but they don't have the wherewithal to do it themselves? Is there going to be a way and means that they will be aided in doing that?
Well, if you want to present to corporate, I'm pretty sure if you contact corporate, ONPASSIVE corporate, right, they'll assign one or two people to help you with that. Because I have a guy that just sent me an email or text 2 days ago. He's trying to present it to a company that has over 500,000 employees, right? And I said, okay, sounds good. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna let Ash do it, or send one of his media department people, I don't know, one of Dr. Susan or somebody to go do it. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
so I just sent it over to Ash. But what I'm saying in short is, if you have that kind of a big client, it's best to work with the company, right? So that they can take care of it.
Okay,
And
thank
I'm
you.
pretty sure we're gonna have more guidance, direction as time goes on, right? As to how to go about those things.
Okay, thank you. And lastly, this is the last one. Sometime last year or the year before, Ash said that once we go into the ecosystem, that we will be able to have all of our accounts in one place so they won't have to log in from one to the other. Do you think that that plan is still waiting to see the light of day? So that
Well,
when we're in our, okay, yeah, you got it. You got the question.
Yeah, I got the question. So first of all, Aisha said, whenever he promises something and you don't hear anything contrary to that, that means that thing still holds, right?
Okay.
So he said that we're going to be able to, by the way, he didn't say we're going to have all the accounts in one place. I don't think that's what he said, but we'll be able to link them up, right? Such that if you want to withdraw or want to make a transaction, you can just send everything to one account and then, you know, withdraw from one account and so on. I think all of that still holds. Nothing has changed as far as I'm concerned. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Brother Charles, the man on a mission, Papa Africa, the man who says yes and he means yes, just like our CEO. If he says it, he's going to do it. He'll do it or die. Thank you, sir.
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Victor. Thank you. And thank you, Charles. And okay, next we have Miss Debbie.
Debbie.
Hello. I just want to say good morning and thank you again, Brother Charles, Papa Africa, for gracing Passion Singapore with your presence.
Yes.
We truly appreciate you having coffee with us this morning. And we promise that I told you it's 2 hours and we're almost getting there, 2 hours. Thank you for joining today. And we hope when your schedule permits, you'll come back again. Appreciate you. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you. Back to you, Sister.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sister Debbie. And thank you, Charles, for gracing our occasion. And Sister Debbie, really, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. Do we have, oh, yeah, we have Queen Benny, Dr. Benny. Over to you.
Greetings.
Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to our queens and kings. Before I proceed, as you all know, I want to take this special moment to really thank our Heavenly Father for bringing all of us together. You guys know that when you wake up in the morning, you thank Him because not everybody wakes up in the morning. There are a lot of people begging for the air in the hospital. They are paying for it, but you and I will not. I urge each and everyone, parents, auntie, nieces, nephew, please inform your children. Tell them to, when they wake up in the morning, let them thank
you, Jesus.
Heavenly Father. Oh, you have to. It is very important. And this, our Heavenly Father, brought somebody to all of us. Our visionary. This visionary, he does not discriminate at all. He decided to share his vision to all of us. Not only to Brother Charles Osong, but to everybody. So the name of this, our visionary, is called Mr. Ash Mafare. He is an awesome man. He made a statement that either I do or I die. As we all know that he is here to correct corruption, to eradicate poverty, and to uplift humanity. Now, the reason why I raise my hands up is to really thank Brother Charles, Papa Africa, for accepting our invitation to come and share his passion to all of us here. Papa Africa, do you guys know what he did to me? Brother, he is the one that taught me how to talk, because I used to be afraid to moderate. He taught me how to moderate. Mr. Charles Osong, we appreciate you sharing your vision to all of us. We appreciate you bringing ONPASSIVE to Africa. Yes, even though I know you have sweet mouth, you can talk, I know that. But I do respect what you have done, And I pray that our Heavenly Father will continue to guide and protect you and your entire family. I want to thank each and everyone attending this webinar, and I would like to see you all next Thursday on time. I would like to see like 1,000 people here. Thank you again. I love you all. Thank you, Queen Mabel.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Benny. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Dr. Benny.
Yes.
Ah,
All right.
thank you.
We have one more hand, Mr. Fred. Fred, can unmute yourself? Yes.
Hello. Mr. Charles, thank you for your presentation, your coming here. I have one question. The question I have is about OConnect. If I wanted to use the Zoom, send the invitation, create a webinar, when I send the webinar link to the second party, I wanted to have a Zoom, if I send it to the third party, they are not able to open it. So it's open like if they want to sign it, like they have to get my information to sign it before they can join the webinar. So I wanted to find out about maybe if I'm not doing something right. I create a link and send it through the email, but if they click the link, it will open like the way you sign into your account, the username, the password. It's not like
that's how it's supposed to open. So when they put that username and password, it will take them straight into OConnect. That's how it opens. Now, if they are not in OES, they don't have an OME address yet.
Yeah,
then
they
have to create one. So what I advise you to do, thank you for reminding me because I need to send something to the tech team. What I found out is that if you send say your OConnect link to somebody and they are not in OConnect or not in they are not in OMail, they are not in ecosystem, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That link will open and underneath it says register here if you don't have an account. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So if they register using that, they are not gonna fall under your users. It's not supposed to be like that. So I'm gonna reach out to the tech team today, so that they can, see what they can do about that. However, what I'm advising you is that if somebody does not have an email address yet, an email account, send them your affiliate link. Just tell them, listen, I want us to try out this our new tool, OConnect. Amazing tool, video conferencing. However, you need to take 2 minutes and create a free OMail account. So make them understand what OMail is. Because a lot of people will be like, what is OMail account? Well, you have a Gmail, right? Most people have Gmail. You have a Gmail, right? They say, yes, okay. Gmail stands for Google Mail. So Google has free email service that they're giving everybody to the world.
Mm-hmm.
ONPASSIVE also has a free email service that instead of Gmail, because they are Google, we are OMail, because we're ONPASSIVE. Our OMail is better, more sophisticated than even Gmail. Why? Because we are in the era of artificial intelligence, and ours is AI induced from scratch. So you're gonna have a lot of features that you don't even have with Gmail. The good news is it is free, right?
Yeah.
And it's only gonna take you 2 minutes to create one. Create one, and then we can have a chat on OConnect. Now, when you send that person the OConnect link, they click on it, it's gonna open up with the OMail address and their use and their password. That's how we log into OConnect, okay? And that's the only way it's gonna be. All right?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you, Fred, and thank you, Brother Charles. Okay, do we have any more hands?
Looks like that's it.
We have
Okay. Oh yes, we have Sister Anna from Australia.
Yeah, and we have to end soon.
Yes.
Hello, thank you so much for tonight.
And then I know it's a midnight to us. And thank you, Charles, for your mission, and then also your mission, a man of mission. Then also, thank you for all your sharing and in the presentation. It was a really great presentation, like how you, tell us, your passion, like, Ash Matfari's passion, and then also, I will love, the way that you do it, like, to elevate, like, on our place, to elevate poor people. And then also, the old place, to teach people how to fish. That is really good, thing. So, to us, and even especially me. And then even tonight, the way that you share your passion, I know that each one of us, we all have passion, and then also that even my passion as well, I really love to help people, as as you mentioned, and then this is really good, thing for us tonight. And I'm, it's not, there's no question, but I just, appreciation, about how we appreciate, and myself, for the great, opportunity to be here tonight. And thank you also, Maple, Sister Maple, and then Jeannie, for allowing me, to be part of this platform. And then may God bless you all.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Sister Anna.
Thank you.
May God bless you too. And may God bless all of us who's here tonight. So I guess we have to end now because it's already 10:26.
Yes.
So I would like to thank Brother Charles for coming here to share your passion with us and to share so many nuggets as well, and to answer all the burning questions that the floor has to ask you. So thank you so much, Brother Charles. We really, really appreciate you and your time for coming here to share with us. And I would like to call on Mabel. Mabel, would you like to have any last word?
Yes. Really, we can't stop thanking you, Charles, for coming to grace us and to improve our numbers. We have over 100 just now, 109, wonderful. I mean, how you have touched me particularly in your message today is your vision, your passion, your mission is to share, bring as many affiliates as possible and helping them to stand on their own feet. You're not going alone, as someone said, and echoing Anna says, you don't want to go alone. You want to bring as many as possible into this land of abundance. And another of your passion is, we are so glad to meet with this ONPASSIVE movement, ASH movement of making the world a better place. Indeed, that is also one of our drive. Lastly, I want to really grasp and share with everyone this last point, when the virtue, the one trait to have, and that is empathy. To have this trait, this virtue of being able to empathize, and that you said empathy can be developed. Can you imagine some of this trait has to be inborn, some we learn? I'm glad you say empathy can be learned. And if we learn, brothers and sisters here, Mr. Charles also said that if we learn and grasp and develop empathy, all blessed can become our second nature. So I think this is a high note to end, that there is hope in us, there is hope for us to participate in our development, in our growth mindset, empathize, grow in it, and all blessed, make the world a better place, will become a second nature in us. So thank you, Charles, and hope you can come back again and then help us increase our numbers. Thank you. So Jeannie,
yes,
this is it. In a minute, it's 10:30.
Yes, it's 10:30 soon, in 1 minute. Yeah. So we are on time tonight. Thank you so much. And thank you for having the numbers, hitting the numbers of above 100 again. Yeah, we had that some time ago. So now we are trying to hit that again. So thank you so much, Charles. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, all the leaders from every country that has come tonight. We would like to thank every single one of you. So I won't be reading all your names, so but I'll just thank you, and you know that you are included. Yeah,
Yes.
thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
everyone.
you.
Good night.
Great
See
day with
us
you guys.
again
Good night.
next Thursday.
You
Yeah.
too,
God
Winnie.
bless.
Good night.
Yeah,
Good
be
night.
here. I'll see
Love
you
you.
Thursday.
Love
Yeah.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good
Good
night.
night. God bless everyone.
Dr.
Thank
O,
you. Thank you.
love
Thank you.
you.
Yeah,
Oh,
God bless
Dr. O
you.
is
Thank
here.
you.
Yes.
Yes, he's here.
Hi, Dr.
Hey,
O.
good night. Good night,
Hi.
everyone.
Aye, aye.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone.
Minutes to
Good night.
minutes.
Good night,
Good night,
everyone.
everyone. God
Queen
bless you.
Hawa,